Tap a Film Production House. Tap a Film Production House checking connection. Checking connection. What's going on? Happy Monday. Happy Makeup Monday. Happy Media Literacy Monday. Happy Mental Health Monday. How is it going? Welcome to the Real Marcoux. How are you doing? Welcome, Purple Step. How you doing? Nice to see you. We got, we got pan. If anything over the summer, don't forget your pan. If anything over the summer, don't forget your tilt. If anything over the summer, don't forget your truck, your pedestal, your dolly, your roll. Know those camera movements. Kind of the building blocks of being a camera operator or a cinematographer, knowing your camera movements. Pan from a tripod, tilt from a tripod, from a place. Truck, physically moving the camera from its position. Pedestal, physically moving that camera up and down from its placement. Dolly, physically moving that camera towards its subject. Zooming from the lens, from a tripod or from your place. Dolly with your legs, zoom with your legs, dolly. And then roll, one of my favorites. I love rolling. I like to kind of roll to a Dutch. It makes kind of a neat, interesting angle right there. So yeah, this is coined Fix Your F Week, supposedly. So if you feel like you need to improve your grade, you can check out your Skyward. I've updated just about everything up there, and you get a chance to see what you may be missing. If you want to improve your grade, you have till the 18th for me to finalize that. So great job, everybody. I've seen so much creativity, people creating their own real distant projects, assignments. It's really encouraging. And it's helped teach me a lot about like how I could work with this kind of teaching format to maybe make it more successful. We'll try to do that. But shout out to everybody. Oh, I got to give us a shout out on the YouTube. Here we go. Oh, shout out to those seniors. Great job, seniors. Pan to seniors, tilt to seniors, truck to seniors, pedestal to seniors, roll to seniors. Yeah, you guys did a fantastic job. I mean, it was an epic event. So far, we've had about 300 views. I mean, when you think about each view, at least my view, had about 4 people watching. So multiply those views by like 2 or 4, and you get the real number of amount of people that were watching those senior shows. But it was outstanding. I mean, we're talking night after night of gorgeous art created by our senior ensemble. Magnificent work. I mean, theater was so touching, real personal work. Film majors, you guys blow my mind with your professionalism. You guys need work right away. You need to be working in the industry because you have such a wide range of talents. Music on fire. Music was just like outstanding, like a mainstream concert. Like prime time, folks. Prime time. We're working on prime time. We were competing with prime time. Seriously. And then dance. Oh, dance floored me. Dance like floored me, just like breaking the paradigm of what time-based media can be. And truly inspiring. I'm walking away from all these art shows just thinking about all the possibilities. And that shows true great artistry in that you're inspiring those around you to elevate this hodgepodge of creation we do as humanity called art, right? So fantastic job. For all you guys that are joining and looking for information on how to improve your grades, if you're looking to do that, again, check your Skyward, see what you might be missing. But I put in the assignment in Google Classroom just to kind of low down all the assignments that I've done thus far. Everything from, and I tell you, if you haven't done any of them, please do at least 3 of them, because that's going to give you a good mark to walk away with. And you can see those options right there. You could pick 3 of them, or you could actually create 3 of your own if you felt like that. I would accept that. But your options are, going in order, we had the real distant countdown. So a 5 count, right? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And that could be in video. All these projects can be in photo or video. But if you do photo, you need 5 pictures. If you do video, you need 5 seconds, right? So 5-second countdown. And again, these are up for your interpretation. Pick your style, pick your concentration of what kind of skill set you're working on. That's totally fine. There's no grounded rules for that. So the 5 count, your 10-second definition. So 10-second film defining a word, right? Or you could take one picture and you can define that word. Please put a comment in there telling me what word it is. And make sure you hashtag these projects. That's part of the assignment. Hashtagging them makes it a lot easier for me to look at the portfolio later on. So 5-second countdown, 10-second definition. And then my favorite, the 30-second recipe. We had some wonderful recipes come in that I'm going to share with you in a little bit. So it could be a physical recipe, actually making some food, or it could be a recipe for something like success, or a recipe for great art, or a blueprint for design, or a blueprint for, social unrest, right? There's a lot of that going on these days, and we need to fight for those causes, right? We need equality big time. Been too long coming. So yeah, the recipe, fantastic piece. That's a 30-second film, or I believe you could make 5 photographs that will accommodate that as well. After that, you have a 10-second self-portrait or portrait, the real distant portrait. So take a picture of somebody, a subject. It could be a portrait of a Viking dude. It could be a portrait of Oscar. Hey. Or it could be a self-portrait, could be of yourself. And then I put in the last assignment. I gave you guys an option. It could be either be the real distant time lapse, which was the first piece created by Anaeli. So she was my inspiration there. Great job, Cabrera. You've done fantastic work this quarter. A plus, A plus. And or you could do the real distant metamorphosis, showing us a transformation of somebody, something through period of time, a natural evolution, a natural transformation, coming from being in a cocoon for too long to blossoming into a new being, physically, mentally, spiritually, right? Again, you could make your own The Real Distant project. Just tell me what project or what challenge you decide to challenge yourself with, and I'm glad to accept that. And I look forward to seeing those on the IG, so it makes it easy for me to do the crits. But if you don't feel comfortable with that, you can just send them directly through Google Drive or Google Classroom. Looking at some of the pieces that I saw, that have been truly fantastic. I had a real distant portrait coming in from Jan Eric. He's been a staple of this program this quarter. He's done fantastic work. Shout out to you. Hey, shout out to Purple Step. He's been super involved all quarter long, on the thread, all the time. And, I hope you're walking away with something, buddy, because, I had a chance, and I'm sorry for jumping in on your live, but I just wanted to see. I wanted to see, what's he doing, because I find that you're doing stuff a lot independently that is really making up for your film credit in a major way, dude. Major way, So I'm really impressed with what you've done thus far. And I promise I only watched for about 2 seconds just so I could see that that maybe you were doing something with it. So, anyways, feel free to always DM me with suggestions or complaints or whatever. Can't guarantee I'm going to get back to your complaints, but I'll try. I have a thick skin. I can take care of it. That's all right. Feel free to crit me. I will be critting you. So yeah, and then I had from a film minor, Jordan Padawan. Shout out to you, man. I've been in communication with him since he's been a quarter 3 film minor, and you know what? You make great work, and I really like this portrait. I really like the stark contrast that's happening in it, and that blue kind of aqua vibe is really hitting, man. I love that piece. So great job to you. I had some pieces come in from the real Anna Ellie. I talked about her creating that real distant time lapse. So she created another time lapse for us, and let's check this out. Really wonderful piece. This time kind of like shooting out the window straight across the street. And I really like this piece, how it kind of like speeds up all the cars kind of passing by. This this feeling of monotony, of of boredom. However, quite natural and beautiful. I really like the glare that's happening on your window. It adds this abstraction that's quite evocative. And then we see these birds kind of and bikes kind of scooting by. So it's about like life, in your neighborhood, just like kind of going by as you see it. And, how fantastic is that to be able to capture that in such a long period of time and speed it up? I really think you did a wonderful job. She clearly locked in her exposure so there's no fluctuation of the actual image as it goes by. That's a big problem. Sometimes if you leave a time lapse in auto function, the camera fluctuates based on the lighting. So your time lapse may not seem as constant. It's important for a time lapse that you have a constant exposure setting. So make sure if you do a time lapse, lock your exposure, turn off auto function, and dial it. Dial the exposure so that way it's locked in where you want it. So that way light can change and your camera isn't just adjusting its lighting based on those changes. We want to see nature as opposed to a robot. At least my opinion. But rules are meant to be broken, so do with what you will. Great job on Ellie. Had another time lapse come in from the real Alec. He was eating strawberries, and I really like this piece. I can hear that through my headphones. Eating those strawberries. Strawberries are good for you, folks. Eat your fruit. Yep. You got to compost those strawberry stems, though. Compost your strawberry stems because it makes for good soil. If you have a compost outside your home, you can kind of put all your rough scraps from vegetables and everything like that. Don't put any meat or any meat juice in it. Put natural things in there. And it could be just about anything. We even put our banana peels and stuff like that in there. Although, our my father-in-law he's got a green thumb, so he always says make sure that you put stuff in your compost that's natural to the actual land that you're on. So bananas aren't native to New England. However, we put them in our compost anyways, just because it biodegrades. But technically, you're supposed to be putting things in your compost that are native to New England if you live in New England, if you're planting in New England, just so you know. So fantastic job to Alec. Great job. You've been a staple of this program. You do wonderful work. I just got to shout out Patrick Felice. He does fantastic graphic design work. And dude, you're a senior. You're going to rock it out there. Great job, Patrick Felice, on the senior first virtual Tappa Film Festival last week. Thank you all for joining. Another real distant time lapse coming from the real Caden. And this is a wonderful piece because it really absorbs nature. And oh my gosh, what a wide range of nature you're able to capture. Oh my goodness. And I love this film look. The film gate with the rounded corners has this nostalgia to it. The insects. Ooh, look at those close-ups. The moon, the pan, another pan back the other way, a woodchuck or a beaver. A turtle. Oh my goodness, these pieces are amazing. I just think you're capturing nature in such a beautiful way. And it really, this could be a little piece of your nature portfolio. I would suggest if you make your reel to start looking for real work, put some of this in there because it's really nice nature work. And you never know. You may want to work for National Geographic someday. That would be a wonderful job to be able to travel around the world and capture nature, and capture that document for history's sake and for science sake. So wonderful work, the real Caden. I really love that piece. I'm going to show it again just because there's such wonderful nature going on in this piece with the glimmering and the softness of the filmic kind of feel with that film gate around it. You always tend to frame things within a frame, and that's become a lot of your signature style, this concentration that I've seen carry through all your work. I love that turtle shot. I love seeing reflections within reflections. Fantastic. Caden, thank you so much for being such a superior Tappa film major. And a double major. The next double major to make the rounds is Caden. So fantastic job. Going forward, I would like to look at the real Chelsea brought in a real distant piece of a flower, a wonderful orbiting shot. You know, it's like this orbit when you kind of like pick your subject and you kind of move around it is an orbit. So that's another camera movement you can think about. Great job. Great to be used in music videos, I find. But yeah, I really love your garden. It's exceptionally beautiful. What a wonderful flower. Beautiful. It's great to capture this springtime blooming because it only happens one time a year. So it's good to capture it. Yeah, I gotta give a shout out. Gotta give a shout out to the real Eddie. He doesn't have a real Eddie handle, but he's been sending me work all the time directly. So you haven't seen a lot of his work on the program because he sends it to me personally. But I did ask him, hey, can I share some of your work? And he said, yeah, no worries. So I just want to share some of this drawing because he's a fantastic visual artist when it comes to drawing and rendering things and animation. So shout out to you. You do fantastic work, Eddie, and I do appreciate that you get your assignments done the second they're out. So the second I put an assignment out there, Eddie has it done. You've done fantastic work through quarter three, quarter four. I am so proud of you. And you know what? That type of attention to deadline makes you a very competitive and valuable member to any production team because we really appreciate timeliness. We really appreciate communication. Communication is like 90% of the battle, folks. You know, you may not have your work done, but did you talk to me? Because if you didn't do your work and you talked to me, that's like awesome. But if you did your work and you didn't talk to me, I'm confused. So communication is key here, folks. All right. And I promise I won't be mean. I'm not a mean guy. I'm not really not. But yeah, shout out to you, the real Eddie. Awesome work, man. I do want to, let's see. Oh, yeah, we need to show the real Kevin because he had an awesome recipe where he decides he's going to make some cookies. Some cookies, right? So yeah, he has his batter. You gotta throw an egg in there. Gotta mix it all up. Boom. Oh, that's how it started, right? So, boom. This is how it starts. Mix it up. Put that egg in. More flour, please. Chocolate chips. And there you got your chocolate chip cookie dough. Great job, Kevin. He's been a staple of this program. He does fantastic work. And shout out to you, Kevin. You've been fully involved all quarter, all year long. But he's our new type of film major, and yo, he showed up every day in quarter three. Wonderful work. Thank you for your activity. I really appreciate that. But yeah. Yo, shout out to Branson. Great job on that like wonderful mural, man, covering up some of the windows over at Tapa. Um, so fantastic job right there. I love that spray paint work, man. Great can control. Great can control. Wonderful work. But yeah, so a lot of great stuff came in from the pipeline. If you have anything else that's going to be shared this week, I will be doing virtual crits all week. Um, you know, this is technically, episode 37, quarter four, but we had 13 episodes before that. So as of today, we've had 50 The Real Marcoux episodes. Whoa, way too much. Whoa, way too much. But, I've learned a lot. I hope you've learned a lot about me screwing up because this is the streaming age. And you know what? This has begun the innovation of the live streaming unit, which you guys will be engaging next year, guys. So I got a whole nother plan that we're working on, that we've been working on the whole time, that's going to get refined, and it's going to be fantastic. It's going to be a live streaming unit, and I've been really working on taking notes and developing from my experiences here. What works, what doesn't work, what kind of works, what needs improving, what needs axing. Oh yeah, so it's a media literacy assignment, media literacy experiment. It's a grand experiment, this whole thing. But your involvement has been very important to me and to obviously your grades. And I hope you guys have enjoyed some of it. I try to be funny. Look like a weird elf right now. Look at that pointy ear. Look like Frodo or something. That's alright. Part of the game. But yeah, guys, 2020, what a year. Not over yet, you know. Got a long way to go. I was thinking, I saw an interesting post on Facebook. Someone saying, remember that Patriots Super Bowl where they were down by like 25 points and the first half of the uh, game. Well, they still won. They still won that Super Bowl. They came back in the second half and they just won, through hard work and dedication. Maybe they learned a lot from the first half. I think we've learned a lot from the first half of 2020. And I got to believe that the second half of 2020 is just going to be outstanding. And you know what? If we all put forward our best effort, we might just win 2020. So, as hard as it gets, you can hit a brick wall. I surely did last week when I lost my best friend. But it just makes us stronger, folks. Just makes us stronger. Remember those challenges. Remember those that made you better people, right? And always look forward and know that, like, we're going to make mistakes. We're going to, embrace challenges and, figure out better ways to do things. But it's important not to forget those lessons and carry them forward with you as you develop as humans, as artists, as stars. Don't give up on yourself. And you know what? If you got straight A's right now, you're getting souped for an awesome summer. So make sure you're getting out and enjoying it and put these phones away. Let's put these phones in a drawer for a couple months, all right? But yo, this is the real Marcoux. We're 22 minutes in. I've gone through some stuff. Gonna give a big shout out to my seniors one last time, but I'll see you guys tomorrow, 11 o'clock sharp. If you have any questions on Fix Your F Week or how you can improve your grade, please DM me. You know my email. You can hit me Google Drive, Google Classroom, YTIGFB, whatever. Any acronym you got, I think. But it's obviously been a huge pleasure, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. All right, so good luck. Look forward to seeing a lot of hashtags. Get it done. Keep it real out there, folks.